Hello and welcome everyone again to another video, and in today's video I have two videos. This one is going to be about Ultra League, the other one will be about Spring Cup. So why am I doing this one first? Because I feel like I played most of my sets in the Spring Cup, and if you watch my stream or the Twitch or the YouTube live stream, you would have known you would have been familiar with what I am running. But I feel like I didn't give Ultra League that much attention today. I will be doing all of my 5 sets in the Ultra League tomorrow, so if you haven't followed the stream, make sure to follow it in the description below. So the team I am running is Ampharos in the lead with Volta Switch, Brutal Swing. The second move, I kept it changing it because honestly I didn't know what second move should I run on Ampharos. Like, you need a Brutal Swing for the Swampert, but I realized that I already have a Swampert coverage. If you look at the team, we have Feraligatr and Annihilape, and both beat Swampert comfortably, so I don't technically need that. So I decided to go with Zap Cannon eventually, as you can see, and we had some sick Zap Cannon game at the end. For Feraligatr, I am running a Shadow 1, and I evolved mine today and used an Elite TM. So please, we spent lots of resources into making this video happening, so please leave a like to the video if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And without further ado, let's just go and watch. And before we start, I have a Crunch and I don't have Ice Beam. I feel like Ice Beam is useless. Whenever you need to throw Ice Beam, you can just either Hydro or Crunch. So I know some people said like Crunch technically do the same amount of damage as like Hydro Cannon in most of the cases, such as Cresselia. Like, you're better throwing Hydro Cannon. But honestly, like, it's just for Jellicent, and I am running Annihilape, and Annihilape gets destroyed by Jellicent, so for that reason I'm running Crunch, because there is 2 stages of effectiveness and difference, because Hydro is resisted, Crunch is super effective. And to Cresselia, it doesn't matter what you throw. Into Giratina, you definitely need the Crunch or Ice Beam, both are super effective, but the Crunch help whenever the opponent is going to shield. Like, if you know they are going to shield, you throw Crunch, you have 33% chance to get a debuff. So let's just go and watch the battles. So I decided to lead Ampharos because here's the thing: whoever will lead Feraligatr or lead a hard counter to Feraligatr will lose to Ampharos. So that's why I choose Ampharos. Ampharos technically is the Pokemon that can beat Feraligatr and what beats Feraligatr. Because like, Feraligatr is so OP, there is technically no answers for it, okay? Like, even this is a hard answer, and you can look at that the opponent is staying in, and just not just staying in, and outpacing me as well, which is not comfortable. So here we're just going to throw back to back. We comfortably win the one with even Brutal Swing. You don't need Thunder Punch for that. I'm going to shield, do 2 Volta Switches, and catch on my Feraligatr. And I think I made a mistake here. I am using my shiny Feraligatr, not the Shadow one, and the shiny one has Ice Fang. This is the Feraligatr I used to use back in season 1, 2, 3, when the meta was basically Swampert and Giratina, and Ice Fang Feraligatr was one of the answers to those 2 Pokemons. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna lose this game. There is no world where I win this game, and my chat started laughing. Look at the chat where they are saying Ice Fang Pepega, Lolly Acid, Omega Lolly Acid. It's shiny though. Okay, at least someone is cheating me up. Get wrecked? Question mark. Now I'm going to straight for the Brutal Swing, because we're just going to get a boost and a point about in a Giratina. And back in my mind, I was thinking that the Feraligatr is dead, so all I need is just to Shadow Ball this Giratina and we should win this game. But what I didn't pay attention to is that my opponent still has a Feraligatr with 1 HP. So they are going to make the catch here. Not because they made the catch, because I totally forget about this Feraligatr. I'm like, okay, this Feraligatr should never exist. So if I was paying attention to my battle, I would have known that the Feraligatr is still alive. We played here at Shadow Gramble, so Shadow and Shadow. This is like a brutal game. But the good thing is that you easily get to 2 Brutal Swings. This is where like Thunder Punch is slightly better in case they decided to no shield. So I'm going to shield this and farm them all the way down, and sadly we will lose lots of HP. Like, look how much, like, Shadow and Shadow is kind of a savage matchup, but we're left with so much energy, which is a good thing. They brought in a Greedent, and Greedent honestly is the best Pokemon right now. Like if you need a good Feraligatr answer, just use Greedent. Opponent having a Tentacruel in the back gave me a decent play into them. So now all I need is just this little Shadow Ball after a Shadow Ball, and I should be good to go. I don't need to shield this, and I should out spam them unless they decide to throw an Acid Spray, which is supposed to be a CMP. Well, we win CMP regardless. They brought back the Greedent, and our counter is chunking the Greedent. We shield this since we get to the Ice Punch, and all we need to do is throw the Ice Punch, then swap and snipe with the Hydro Cannon. That was a CMP, so it didn't matter that much. But yeah, all we need to do is swap and then Hydro Cannon. Point through Body Slam, which is double resisted by, because Annihilate is part Ghost, which double resists normal. Moving to the next one, we have a Cresselia. Ampharos beats Cresselia, by the way. And here, opponent made up a big play by, I think they baited, and I called the bait. So here's the thing, like, I've said this a lot in the past. Whenever you're using a Shadow Pokemon, people always assume that you are going to shield, so they always bait. So you will see me, like, a future sight will almost, like, do, like, until this amount of HP, like, for my health. So I decided to call it, like, just because I'm using Shadow doesn't mean I'm going to use a shield. So always keep that in mind. Whenever you're using a Shadow Pokemon, opponent, like, 99% will bait. So make sure to call that bait. Okay, we called the bait. So just because I called the bait, I'm actually gonna end up in a very, very good situation. And since they lived with 1 HP, we're kind of in a tough spot right now, because they lived the last Voltage Switch with 1 HP, and this is where I'm like, why don't I have anything to hit the Dark with? Because I'm expecting Drapion to be everywhere, because the Drapion resists Shadow Claw, and Drapion technically should beat Feraligatr if the Drapion... Well, here's the thing. The one with 1 fast move lead here wins this matchup. And it's them, it's not me. So what I'm going to do now is going straight to the Ape. And they threw the Crunch. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 4 then throw. I'm assuming they will catch here, or they shield. And I'm going to swap and throw. They caught the move on Feraligatr. So they will shield this 100%. And now we're going straight for the what's this move? The Trailblaze. And that's not enough to KO. They threw the last second. I think that this is their mistake. This is kind of a mistake. They should let that thing die and then farm me down. I should live this Crunch with like 2 HP, and we still should be able to win this game, just because Annihilate is just so freaking good of a Pokemon. Why am I running Annihilate? Because of the Greedent, basically. We're picking up an amazing lead here. Opponent swapped into Skeleton. I do have a hard punish to this, but I was like, I don't need to swap out because I also have a hard punish to the thing in the back. So ideally, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just like load on energy and then get the hell out and go to Feraligatr. And Feraligatr should wall the fast move here, so I can like be aggressive here on the overfarm. If they shield, I'm going to farm them down. And they did shield, so, and they threw in bad timing, which will allow me to go and aggressive farm down because I can kill in 3 Shadow Claws. They brought back the Greninja. I like Greninja walls Feraligatr, right? But look how much Hydro Cannon do. Like they can't keep farming. Now I'm going to swap back into Ampharos and just throw this move. I think I should not be throwing the next one, but I decided to throw it regardless, and they do have a Wheezing. And this is where I'm like, I cannot run these moveset on Ampharos. But wait, we have the Zap Cannon this time, so we're going to build up with the Zap. But opponent decided to insta-throw, so it didn't end up being that like much of a difference. We're going back to the Feraligatr, and I should win CMP here, because this is going to be a CMP. And this should do lots of damage. Yeah, that was lots of damage. And now, technically, like, 2 Pokemon, like, just exhausted my opponent. Like, I can't just, like, bring my third. This is the second game where, like, my third basically did nothing. Moving to another game. Okay, now we have Registeel. This is where Zap Cannon is decent. I mean, Focus Blast is way better, but like having Zap Cannon is kind of nice. I think for the Cresselia matchup, where like a Zap plus Brutal Swing is enough. So we call the bait. I mean, it's not a bait technically, but it doesn't KO. Now I'm going to do 3 then throw, and that's a Zap Cannon range. It's kind of nice that Ampharos Shadow can beat Registeel in the 0 without Focus Blast. Opponent brought in Feraligatr, so I'm just going to swap out. I don't like this swap out, to be honest, because I'm weak to it in the back, but I'm going to overfarm as much as possible, and this is where Ice Crunch comes in handy. Like, they will shield this. Okay, they didn't shield. We get the defense fell. Now they will be forced to swap out. Like, watch this. Like, what are they gonna do? They brought back the Cress. I think a Crunch here and Hydro Cannon have the same DPE here, even though it's one stage difference. I like shielding here because I can still grab their shield. I should be throwing Crunches, by the way, because I don't get to the third move. Okay, we're catching a move here. Let's go. Grass Knot, and now we go back. We CMP them. Amazing. And now we crunch the Giratina. No, we're just going to straight shadow like Hydro Cannon. I was just stunning crunch just to prove a point, guys. Literally, I don't think I landed any. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much, and I apologize, it's only one set, but I am dedicating my next stream for like Ultra League, so make sure to tune in for like more battles using this team. If you like this team, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, make the channel, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.